Hey guys, welcome back to the Back Porch Studios. This is Chris. Today I got 3 Daredevil keys that I've added to the collection. So let's get going. I'll show you what I picked up. First off is Daredevil number 178 from 1982. It's the first team appearance of Heroes for Hire. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. Also Elektra and Kingpin are in this issue as well. Frank Miller. Gotta love Frank Miller, man. I love Frank Miller and Daredevil. Say what you want about his art today. Back then, he was the stuff, man. He was the stuff. And great story. Really enjoyed this time of comics. And you can't go wrong with a cool Daredevil key, Frank Miller key. On top of that one, I picked up Daredevil number 190. This is the resurrection of Elektra. A couple weeks ago, I shared Death of Elektra, and here's the resurrection of Elektra. Again, 1983. Very interesting time for comic books. I was 12 at the time, and collecting books at this time. So it's great to have a cool Elektra key in the collection. And speaking of Elektra keys, gotta have this one. If you're gonna be an Elektra Daredevil collector, gotta have this one. This is Daredevil number 168. Frank Miller, Klaus Janson. Frank Miller story. Frank and Klaus on the cover. It is Daredevil 168, the first appearance of Elektra. Notice her name is spelled wrong on the cover, but big book. Always wanted the first appearance of Elektra. Can't afford Daredevil number 1. Just can't. Maybe a really low grade copy, but it's kind of fun to pick up some keys, especially during the Frank Miller run, to add to the collection. This is a big one. This is a big Daredevil key. And glad to have it in the collection in a beautiful gray. This is a gorgeous book, especially with it being all black. Very hard to get this in a high grade. That black cover is notorious for spine wear, for dings. And this one is just really beautiful. It helps that it has a little bit of a white border on it. So one thing that I will say, that if you're going to buy these black covers, try to get them with a little white border. I know people don't like that, but for me, the wrapping back in these days was just atrocious. You'd very rarely find a book that was wrapped well, wrapped perfectly. So there's a lot of miswraps on all these books back in the day. That quality control was pretty non-existent at that point. But this helps, having a little white border for the spine ticks on the side, not easily seen when you've got the white border there. If you can live with that, I certainly have no problem with it. Just as long as it's really not off kilter. Really, what I like to make sure is that the values approved by the Comic Code Authority, that is completely visible. I like to read all of it. At this point, you would buy these, and that approved part would be, cut off. And I really like to make sure that the cover is fairly straight for the most part. But it can't be that bad to the point where it's so distracting. But I really want to make sure that that Comic Code Authority stamp is visible, and that all the words are there. So that's kind of what I go on, and I try to limit the straightness on this as much as I can on the miswrap. I don't mind a little bit of white, but it just can't be that far off, so it's distracting. I've seen a lot of Punisher first appearance Spider-Man 129s that look beautiful, but just have such a bad wrap that I could never bring myself to buy that book because the wrap was so horrible. Even though the grade was high, I couldn't do it. It's just too distracting. But in this case, not too bad. But overall, huge book. Elektra number 1. A couple other Elektra books. First Heroes for Hire and the Resurrection of Elektra. That's it for today. Big key, add to the collection. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. Have a great day.